They will love you in this city if you love it the way you love your brother. You will be loved by going above and beyond to show that you care.
The man, the myth, the legend.
He wasn't supposed to last in the league as long as he did. He wasn't built like a prototypical center, and he didn't come from a powerhouse program. I mean, hell, the guy didn't even play center until college. But Jason Kelce didn't care how you saw him. He cared about showing up and doing the job, day in and day out. And over 13 seasons, he didn't just hold the line, he transformed it. From underdog to Iron Man. From O-line technician to Philadelphia icon. From 6th round pick to NFL legend. This is the story of a center who played faster, thought deeper, and led louder than anyone who ever snapped the ball. Kelce was an interesting project at O-line because he wasn't just tough, he was twitchy, smart, nasty, and fast in space. He didn't maul defenders with brute strength, he beat them with angles and leverage. His understanding of the game was on par with a lot of his coaches, and by his senior year, Jason was calling protections and leading the offense from the front. Jason Kelce's play earned him all Big East honors, but the biggest moment of his college career didn't even happen on the field. In 2010, Travis Kelce was playing at the University of Cincinnati when he failed a drug test and was on the brink of being kicked off the team. But Jason stepped in, talked to the coaches, and vouched for him.
My brother came in like he was Superman. I don't know what the heck he told him.
That second chance didn't just save a scholarship. It may have saved a career because without it, we might have missed out on one of the greatest tight ends in NFL history. When Jason went in the 6th round, 191st overall, there were no cameras, no green room hugs, or no televised phone call from the coach. There was nothing flashy about it, but the Eagles didn't need flash, they needed someone they could build around. For decades, the blueprint for a center was simple. Find someone big, sturdy, and immovable. Stick them in the middle and tell them to stop the nose tackle, anchor the pocket, and protect the quarterback. Then Jason Kelce arrived and shattered that mold. He wasn't massive for an O-lineman, just 6'3", 295 pounds. Definitely not the prototype, but what he lacked in size, he more than made up for in movement and savant-level technique. He became the third center since 1970 to receive 6 first-team All-Pro nods, tying him for the most in team history, and he is only one of 50 players in NFL history to achieve this feat. He was the anchor of the Eagles Super Bowl championship team in 2017 and the team's all-time leader with 193 starts and 12,002 regular season snaps according to Pro Football Reference. But the real greatness isn't just stats, it's how he defined the role. In zone-heavy offenses under Andy Reid, Doug Peterson, and Nick Sirianni, Kelce became the trigger, motion-focused, RPO-savvy, and built for speed, space, and smarts. He didn't just snap and block, he orchestrated the entire offense. He adjusted protections, read defenses, and he attacked multiple levels in a single play.
Kelce, take charge. Let's go, man.
Hey, get the ball to me, or to get it to the official. Let's get 2. We gotta go.
Jason Kelce transformed what it meant to play center, from a brick wall to a playmaker. This guy didn't just hold the line, he moved it faster than anyone expected. If the quarterback is the brain of the offense, Jason Kelce was the spinal cord connecting it all together. From the snap, he was locating the Mike linebacker, reading pressure shifts, and shifting protections. He was opening space for the run and securing the pocket for the pass. That's not just skill, it's instinct. By his 3rd year in the NFL, Kelce was already the Eagles' on-field quarterback. He called protections, adjusted split schemes, and scrambled calls at the line, making hundreds of decisions in fractions of a second. And of the 7,944 pass protection snaps Jason played, he surrendered just 19 sacks and 35 quarterback hits for his career. That's less than 2 bad plays per season in one of the most brutally physical roles in football. That is the very definition of dominance. And even as the quarterback changed from Vic to Foles to Wentz to Hurts, the constant was Kelce. His voice, his reads, his calm assurance under pressure.
Here we go, boys. Let's go. Make the most of these opportunities now.
In a league full of captains, Kelce was something different.
Whenever you got somebody moving,
I was weak as dog. That's me.
I'm just saying, whenever you got somebody moving, just remember to be loud because they're going to start communicating. There's not going to be yelling.
He's willing to help everybody. He knows everything. He's a quarterback at center.
Ooh, Jay Kelce, number one when I think about him.
He wasn't just a guy in the huddle, he was the compass. The guy who set the tone Monday through Saturday and made you want to run through a wall on Sunday.
Man, this is about us. We take care of our we'll beat anybody. We do our nobody can with us, all right? Hey, let's go out here and protect this kid now. It's our job, right? Let's go.
He was the one who pulled rookies aside after bad reps, who grabbed helmets after fumbles and said, "We're fine, next one." And when it all came together in 2017, when the city finally got its Super Bowl, Kelce wasn't just a cog in the machine, he was the soul of it. And then came the parade. Draped in a green mummer suit standing on the steps of the art museum, Jason Kelce didn't give a speech. He gave a sermon.
Hungry dogs run faster. And that's this team. We wanted it more. All the players, all the coaches. And that's why we're up here today. And that's why we're the first team in Eagles history to hold that freaking trophy.
It was part rally cry, part love letter to the city that embraced him like a native son. But leadership for Kelce didn't end at the facility gates. In 2022, he launched the Be Philly Foundation because he believed that kids in Philadelphia deserved the same kind of guidance and support that he once received from his coaches, parents, and his city.
I've been interested in trying to help kids, in particular, reach their potential for a long time. I'm partnering with a couple groups right now, and I think we feel really good about where we're at.
He wasn't merely the face of the charity, he was the boots on the ground. In 2023, the NFL named Kelce the Eagles' Walter Payton Man of the Year, recognizing not just what he gave on Sundays, but every day in between. This wasn't image management, this was genuine love for the people and the city he had battled and bled for. Kelce's leadership wasn't loud unless it needed to be. It wasn't flashy unless you count the mummer suit. It was consistent, accountable, and real. And for more than a decade, when things got chaotic in Philly, on the field or off it, one man held the line. Jason Kelce was more than just a leader in Philly. He was their heartbeat. In a game meant to wear men down and test their resolve, Kelce remained standing, week after week, season after season. Not because he avoided pain, but because he played through all of it. From 2014 to 2023, he started 156 straight games, a streak that became the longest of any center in Eagles history. That wasn't merely a record, it was a monument built on pain tolerance, taped fingers, stitched cuts, and a heart that refused to miss a snap. He battled a core muscle tear, a broken foot, and torn ligaments in his ankle. At one point, he even played with a brace on each arm because the elbow joints were barely holding. He needed surgery in the offseason more years than not, and yet, every Sunday when the Eagles lined up, number 62 was out there, crouched low, locked in as he called protections. He set the tone and held the line. You could switch quarterbacks, you could change coaches, and you could swap guards on either side, but the one thing you didn't question in Philly was who was at center. 8 different quarterbacks, each one different in style and tempo, and yet every one of them trusted the same heartbeat in the middle. The guy who snapped the ball and made the entire offense feel safe. His presence was more than physical, it was psychological. Teammates knew that if Kelce could fight through that, he had no excuse not to show up. He wasn't just a technician, he was a tone setter, a warrior, the kind of player that makes everyone else play harder because they know he's giving them everything he has. And when his final season came, when the pain caught up to even him, Jason Kelce still made it through 17 games, still showed up in the playoffs. When Kelce walked off the field after his final snap, there was no farewell tour. Just a man who knew he'd given everything.
So this all brings us here to today, where I announce that I am retiring.
Fortunately for all of us, retirement didn't silence the man. In fact, it was a new beginning. Jason Kelce didn't vanish, he simply found a different stage. He stepped into the recording studio where he and his brother Travis launched New Heights, a podcast that gave millions a raw, honest glimpse behind the scenes. Then came the next step, ESPN. In May of 2024, Kelce officially joined Monday Night Countdown with a 3-year, $24 million deal, calling it a full circle moment for someone who grew up glued to ESPN. And he didn't stop there. Even though he was officially retired, Jason remained a visible figure throughout the 2024 NFL season, but not just in the broadcast booth. During the 2024-25 playoffs, the spotlight on Jason wasn't at the line of scrimmage. It was in a luxury suite in Kansas City where he watched as a fan, a big brother, and maybe for the first time, just a spectator. He wasn't calling protections or chasing linebackers. He was watching Travis, his little brother, make another run at history. But Jason was conflicted. You see, his former team and his home of Philadelphia made another run at the Super Bowl. Another chance to bring the Lombardi Trophy back to the city that bet it all on Jason and welcomed him. That night was full of mixed emotions as he was rooting for history for his brother Travis to win a third straight Super Bowl, but he was also rooting for his extended family. It was a tough game to watch, Kelce said on New Heights, as his former team beat the Chiefs and his younger brother.
I talked all week. No matter who won or lost, I feel like I was going to be feeling more with the team that lost. Yeah. Because I know what that feels like, and it's terrible.
Jason could have sat back in retirement and taken things easy, but that's just not in his DNA. Whether it was analyzing blocks on Sunday, hosting late-night laughs in January, or savoring Big Brother pride in a playoff box, Kelce continued to evolve. Jason Kelce may have left his cleats behind, but even off the field, he is a voice the game doesn't want to lose. Jason Kelce didn't chase greatness. He became the embodiment of it, quietly, consistently, and with more heart than most people ever see in a lifetime. Over 13 seasons, he didn't just anchor one of the NFL's best offensive lines, he set a standard for how a center could think, for how a lineman could move, and for how a leader should carry himself. 7 Pro Bowls, 6 first-team All-Pros, a Super Bowl champion, over 190 starts, and more than 12,000 snaps of unshakable trust from teammates, coaches, and fans. But for all the accolades, what defined Jason Kelce wasn't the hardware, it was the humanity. He didn't become loved because of how often he won. He became beloved because of how often he showed up for his team, for his city, for the game of football. At a time when the league often celebrates flash, Kelce became iconic by being something more rare, reliable, selfless, real. He was the mummer suit and the locker room speeches, the emotional huddle and the finger point pre-snap. He was the steady presence in a city that didn't trust easily and the rare athlete who earned every bit of their love. Kelce will be eligible for the Pro Football Hall of Fame in 2030, and don't expect him to have to wait long. His resume speaks for itself, but the case isn't built on stats. It's built on Sundays, on consistency, on impact. Jason Kelce may have never been the flashiest player in the NFL, but ask anyone who's ever played with him, played against him, or simply watched him. He led this game with his head and his heart, and they'll tell you that he might be one of the most important players to ever strap on a helmet. He showed up, stood tall, and left everything he had between the hash marks. The uniform may have been hung up for the last time, but the legacy is permanent.
Thank you, Jason!
Thank you, Jason Kelce.
We'll never get another one like you.
Like this video if you respect the grind, and subscribe for more stories that celebrate the players who built this game brick by brick. Drop your favorite Jason Kelce moment in the comments. This is Snap Count. We don't just cover football, we honor the ones who shaped it.